6, 7, 8, now in 9th standard. The book name is The Contemporary India, means the modern India, where you come to know about the India, what is India's size and its location. You have the idea what the geo means the earth, graphy means the study, means here the books which you are reading is study of the earth or the writings of the earth. If the from the geo word we mention the logy, which means you are studying of the earth. After from the word geo we at the metric means the you are reading the measurement of the earth. And then this from the class 6 to till 9 you are reading about the writings of the earth or you can say the study of the earth. So this is the meaning of geography. Now we talk about this chapter, India, size and location. Now we're thinking that you have the question in your mind that India is having the size and its location. Yes, you have. Somehow you have the idea because you read in class 6 about where you learn about the latitudes, longitude, hemisphere, northern hemisphere. Then you learn about the degrees, like the degrees are in the northern hemisphere. Then we just consider as n and degree. If we talk about the southern hemisphere, we specify it as the south. So, like from the particular point of view, we make the certain imaginary lines by which we can set up one standard meridian time, or you can say the prime meridian time, or the Indian standard of which the people can go anywhere, and they used to come to know what the particular time or the particular day on that particular place they have. These are all the things which we have the idea which we have learned in the class 6. In the 7 we talked about the different scenarios of the like what kind of things going to happen on the particular place on the earth. If we talk about the 8th grade, we discuss about the geography in which certain things of economics are also there. So these are the things which we have discussed in the previous classes. Now in this class we will discuss about the contemporary India. So before going to start the starter, what parts we have to cover? The location, then the what is the latitude degree of the India, then the longitude, then the size, and India and the world, and India and its neighbor. So here in the world you have the idea that India's relation to the world countries is very good. And if we talk about the neighborhoods, we are having the neighborhoods like in Pakistan we have the Bhutan, the Sri Lanka, the Nepal, the China, the Myanmar, the Afghanistan, all these countries which are the neighborhoods. So what kind of relation we have? What are the geographical location which we are sharing? Or the which degree we are? So this all the points which we are going to read in this chapter and we will going to learn. Let's start this chapter that in India is one of the ancient civilizations that is true. India is one of the ancient civilizations. That is the Harappan civilization which we have read in the history in class 6. The Indian civilization is the oldest civilization in the world, where you will come to know about the different how the humans have set up the large buildings, or you can say the bathtubs, and then how they start doing the agriculture. All these points you have learned in the class 6 in the history about the Harappan civilization. It has achieved the multi-phase socio-economic progress during the last 5 decades. Like 5 decades, even in the like 50 years, we have seen that how India has changed from earlier they are using the traditional ways, now we are using the modern things. Like in the contemporary era, we are using the technology, we are using the digitization, now we are using the robots, the number of the things. As the passing of the years, we are using the numbers of things. It has moved forward displaying the remarkable progress in the field of agriculture. Yes, we have did a remarkable progress in the field of agriculture. Like earlier we are using the traditional farming, now we are using the contemporary, which is the modern farming. We talk about the industry. Earlier we are not in the mood to open up the industry, but after the industrialization, when we used to come in the Europe, after that we started doing set up the number of the industry in our country. Then we talk about the technology. As the time passes, number of the technologies used to gain. So we are using the scientific technology in our different ways by which we can improve our economies. Then if we talk about the overall economic development, yes, we are doing the overall economic development. Now, if we talk about the 2020 data, our India in the whole over the world, we used to come sixth in number in the economic development. But in the coming few years, if there is not any kind of recession, so we are going to be like second or third economic developed country in the world. Then India has also contributed significantly in the making of the world history. Yes, we talk about the Harappan civilization and number of the kings and the kingdoms and number of the rulers who used to came in India and they used to rule over us and then they conquered the number of the territories of our India and they each and every used to come. They used to give us different religious practices, the different languages, the different sense of, you can say, what the other things which they did in their country, they used to improvise it and they used to implement in our country. Then if we talk about further that they made and they give the history of the monuments which they made by the number of the kings who used to came in India. So and the number of the, you can say, the crops which was taken by like from the different parts of the country of the globe. So in the India we have like the diverse country and it is rich in the history as well. Now we come for the first topic of the statistics, the location. India is the vast country, that is true. India is a very big country. It is the seventh largest country in the world. Land entered in the northern hemisphere. You can see this world map. This is the northern. Because you can recall it. What the this is. This is the world. The midland which is passing over that is the equator. Upper part of this, like the equator which is the equator which is passing from the earth. It used to divide the earth in the two equal halves. The upper part is the northern hemisphere, and the southern part is the southern hemisphere. The parallel line which is going over there. This is the longitude, and this which is going. This is the latitude. So the mean line extends between the latitudes in 8 degree 4 north and 37 degree 6 north, because it lies in the northern direction. You can see the India in the yellow in color, and you can see the degree there, the 37 degree north and 8 degree 4 north, which you can see there. If we talk about the further, that is the longitude at 67 degrees, because it is in the eastern direction, and 37 degree 25 east in this. Now the tropic, if you ask what the tropic of Cancer is, here the tropic of Cancer and the tropic of Capricorn, there are the three lines which we have the tropic of Cancer, equator, and the tropic of the Capricorn. So the tropic of Cancer is passed by the India, that is 20 degree 30 north, divide the country north to two equal halves to the southernmost and southernmost mainland. You can see, you can refer this map on page number 3. You can see this how this tropic of Cancer passes from the Gujarat, the Madhya Pradesh towards to the northeast of the country, which divides the country into two equal halves. So this is the tropic of Cancer line, which you can see where the direct sun rays used to come over the India. So you have, I think you have read in the class 6 about this. What were the three major lines which we have drawn over the our globe, that is the tropic of Cancer, then the equator, then the tropic of the Capricorn. So the tropic of Cancer is passed by the India from Gujarat till the northeastern of our country. The two east and south mainland, the Andaman Nicobar Island, Lakshadweep island in the Bay of Bengal, and the Arabian Sea respectively. You have the idea that this part in the Gujarat side we have the Arabian Sea. Southern part of the India, the southern west and the southern east, you will find this side the Arabian Sea, downside you will find the Indian Ocean, and here you will find the Bay of Bengal. Then you will find the two islands, Lakshadweep on the western side of the India, or you can the southern west of the India. If we talk about the southern eastern part of the India, then you will find the Andaman Nicobar Island. Then if we go further, then find the extent this group the island from the Atlas. If you find more, you will find the Atlas as well. The southernmost point of the Indian Union, that is the Indira point, got so much under the sea water 2004 during the tsunami. When the tsunami came in 2004 in December, when the Indira point, which is in the Andaman Nicobar, you get the southernmost point of the Indian Union, it completely somewhat, यानी पानी के अंदर completely डूब गया था. फिर इसको ऊपर आने का काफी वक्त लगा. Now we come to talk about the size. It's 3.28 million square kilometer. India total area is account of about 2.4 percentage of the total geographical area. Now you can record this map where you can find that this the degrees mentioned over here, the 37 degree 6. This is the north direction. If we talk about the tropic of Cancer, so it is the 60 degree 7. And if you are seeing the ocean over there, if we talk about the southern west, where we find the Arabian Sea. Downside, what we find the Indian Ocean. If we talk about the southern east, where what we find the that is the Bay of Bengal. So these are the oceans which we have discussed till now. The area of the world that we are the Indian area is 2.4 percentage of the total geographical area of the world. From the figure 1.2, you can see this graph is given over. The largest is the Russia, then the Canada, then the US, then the China, then the Brazil, then the Australia, and the India, which I already explained, the seven largest country in the world, which you can see in the landmark, the seven largest country in the world. Russia is having 7.09, then the Canada is having 9.98. If you talk about the US, the 9.83. If you talk about the China, it's 9.60. Brazil, it has 8.51. If you talk about this Australia, it's of 7.69. If you talk about India, it's 3.28. So the from our figure 1.2, it is clearly India is the seventh largest country of the world. India's land boundary is about 15,200 kilometers. The total length of the coastline of the mainland, including Andaman Nicobar and the Lakshadweep, it is 7516.6 kilometers. India is bounded by the Young Polo Mountains. Young Polo Mountains, which is considered as a very young, which is you will find in the northern western part of the India. If we talk about the northern western part, so this we used to consider as the northern western part of the India, where south of about 22 degree north. Yes, the south is about 22 degree north. You can see it over there, 22 degree north. Nearby this you can see the south of 22 degree north. Then let you know it becomes a tapper and extends towards the Indian. Now you can see it becomes a tapper towards the Indian Ocean. This is called the tapper. It's going to narrow zone dividing the two seas, that the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal, and to the east. This is the Arabian Sea towards the west, and you can see the Bay of Bengal towards the east. Look in the figure 1.3. Note that the latitude and longitude extend of the mainland about 30 degree. You can see this how this extends towards the 30 degree. And despite the fact that the eastern western extreme appear to be smaller than the northern southern extent, this eastern western extent is appear to be the smaller than northern southern extent. You can see this is the one. You can see the smaller one. This one you can see the larger one. From Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh. That not Andhra Pradesh, you can keep this thing man. This is the Arunachal Pradesh. This side Andhra Pradesh is the southern part of the India. There is a time lag of 2 hours, which you have recalled from the last thing which I have read in the geography. Like from Gujarat, if you talk about the Dwarka to the Dibrugarh, the places in Assam, there is a difference of 2 hours, means 1 hour 52 minutes, or you can say 1 hour 52 minutes. Approximately, you can take the 2 hours. There was the difference in between that, because if we talk about the sunrise in India, in Gujarat, it's around, you can take the 6 a.m. But if we talk about the northeastern states like the seven sisters, then the sunrise will be around you take 4:55 minutes. Around you can take the explore the 5 o'clock there of the sunrise over there. In the evening, they evening there at the 5 o'clock there is complete dark. If we see in Gujarat, at 7 o'clock we see the complete dark. Means there are the difference of 2 hours. Change we along the standard meridian of India. We have used as the central meridian of India, passing through the Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh is over here, so it's passed by the Mirzapur. Passing through the Uttar Pradesh, taken the standard time for the road. So Mirzapur is the place in the Uttar Pradesh where we used to consider as the Indian standard time. The latitude extreme flows the duration of day and night as one moves from the south to north. One moves from south to north. Now, come to the next topic of this chapter is India and the world. The Indian landmass is the central location between East and the West Asia. If you see this world map, East and the West area of the westward, East and the West mass of the Asia, we have like in the center. Then we talk about further that India is the southern extension of the Asian continent. Yes, it is in the southern एक्सटेंड टुवर्ड द कंट्री मींस एशिया के साउथ पार्ट में हमें हमारा इंडिया देखने को मिलता है एशिया में, द एशियन कॉन्टिनेंट। The Trans-Indian Ocean routes which connect and the Indian Ocean है किसके रूप से कनेक्ट करते हैं with the Europe, in the West and the countries of the East Asia, provide a strategic center control location in India. Noted that the Deccan Peninsula protrudes into the Indian Ocean, thus helping the Indian establish close contact with the West Asia, Africa, Europe from the western coast and the south coast, East Asia from the eastern coast. So these are the considered West Asia, Africa and Europe from the western coast and the southeast and the East Asia from the eastern coast. On the other country has a long coastline on the Indian Ocean. So India is having the longest coastline as India has indeed. It is the Indian eminent position in the Indian oceans. This is the only country where on basis of the नेम ऑफ द कंट्री देयर इज द नेम ऑफ द ओशन, मतलब इंडिया का जो नाम है उसी के बेसिस पर इंडियन ओशन का नाम रखा गया है। और इसके पास एक बहुत एक इंटरेस्टिंग चीज है कि इतने बड़े ओशन में हमारा हक है एंड ये रेवेन्यू पोर्शन इंडियन ओशन में जस्टिफाई द नेम ऑफ ओशन आफ्टर इट, मतलब हमारे देश के नाम पर इंडियन ओशन का नाम रखा है। एंड वी हैव द वास्ट you can say a diverse towards or you can say the hub in the which we used to call it in Hindi कि हमारे मतलब इंडियन ओशन में हमारा पूरा हक है। Since the opening of the Suez Canal 86 Indian distance from Europe has been reduced to 7 kilometers, जो सुएज कैनाल जो 1890 में ओपन कर दी गई, तो जो आप सी रूट बाय द सी रूट यू गो टुवर्ड्स द यूरोप इट reduced by the 7,000 kilometers. So think about it, after opening of the Suez Canal we reduce how much of the kilometer, that is 7,000 kilometer. You can refer this map which you can come to know what the line is passing over there, the latitude, the longitude, the geography of the cancer, the how much degree we have, then the sea which we have, the ocean we have, and the islands which have, and all the scenario which they used to the 36 degree north, the 32 degree north, and they talk about east and west direction, all these things you can refer it. Now come towards the next. Now you can see this another map. India and the international highway and the trades and the commerce, like from doing the export import of you want to do the trade from one country to another by the by the road, by the rail, by the air route and by the sea route. These are the four means of the transportation used to send our goods from one place to the other place by doing the export and the import. India is contacting the world have contributed to the ages. Like if you recall from the class 6 and 7, we read in the history that like from the ancient times, if you talk about from the Harappan civilization, if you talk about the different of the kings or the number of the kings which came in India, over the period of time there is a trade from India. Being in we talk about the good quality of the cotton or the silk or the different spices like the pepper, cardamom or the cinnamon. So all these varieties of the crops, or you can say the varieties of the spices, varieties of the you can say the cotton and the silk, the people used to came in India for the trade purpose because the particular thing they do not find in their own country, all these things they used to find in our country, so they used to come in India for the trade purpose. So India's contact with the world have the country to the ages, but the relationship through the land routes are much older than the maritime contact. Yes, it is very much old. The various passes across the mountain in the north have provided the passage of the ancient travelers. Yes, we have talked about the ancient travelers. Like I already said, you have read in the 6th, in the 7th, and in the 8th as well. The number of travelers, number of the people who used to came in India. First, they find the sea route. Like how from the sea route you have to go towards the India. Like if you remember the Vasco da Gama, who used to come from the Portugal or the Portuguese, he used to find the sea route from the Cape of Good Hope, how he has to come towards the India. And earlier the goal name was the Vasco da Gama because he found the sea route to come towards the India. When they used to make a little map of the India, then the number of the people of the different parts of the Europe, they used to come to know that how big they have to go towards the India. So you can recall that how earlier the Vasco da Gama was find a sea route to go towards the India. Then later on the student railway, when the people come to know that there is a country which name is India, you can go by the sea road. And the number of the people who used to come from the Asian society or the Asian countries, they used to come by the foot or you can say or by the road. So while the ocean testing is such an interesting for the long time, that there are some things, that there are some restriction or there are some barriers where some of the people they do not used to come in our India because there are the conflict between them if you're doing the trade. So we are do not getting you can say the profit. So they have the conflict or they have the competition between them. If this particular person doing the some more surplus or if they used to get the more profit, so the production is not going to be flourished. So these are the certain things which they find that we are, if you want to do the trade very much good, so we have to be in a certain scenario that this particular person who this kind of work, this particular person can take the particular object from India at a cheaper end and they can sell it at a high price in the European countries. So these routes have contributed in the exchange of idea, like they have the exchange the ideas, the commodities. Commodity means the things since the ancient times. The ideas of Upanishad, which is the ancient text of the India, the Ramayana, the story of Panchatan, the Indian numerals, the Aryabhatta who is invented the zero, and the decimal system. This could reach many parts of the world. The spice, the muesli, the merchandise which I have read in the class 8 was taken from India to the different countries. On the other hand, the influence of the Greek sculpture and the architecture style of the dome, like all the which I already explained, the number of the kings to get, and they have given the history to India to build up the number of the monuments and the building. Where we can say that we are in the rich, or we are in the rich in the heritage and the culture by giving the number of the kings, the number of the travelers, the number of you can say the religious purpose, religious person used to came in India for the pilgrims purpose and they used to give the numerous of the things to the India and that's why we are rich in our history, we are rich in our heritage and the culture, we are rich in our monuments, we are rich in the different miniatures, we have exchanged our ideas, we have exchanged like ideas of the Ramayana, Upanishad, the Panchantras, then we have invented the you can say the zero number, the decimals, all of the things which we have invented in India and we are and we will and we did used to spread all over the globe. On the other hand, the influence of the Greek structure, the architecture style of dome, and the miniature from the west can be seen in the different parts of the country. Now we talk about the Indian neighbors, and that is the neighboring countries. Indian occupation included strategies position in southern South India. Sorry, that is the South Asia. India has 29 states, but now it's not at 29 states. It is mentioned in your book because when they used to change, they have to mention in your book. But over the period of time, they used to go to mention there are now 28 states and the 8 union territories because Daman and Diu and the one more they used to do that. Now we are not having the 9 union territories. Earlier we have the 7 union territories where the Jammu and Kashmir, they make the Jammu and Kashmir the Ladakh, then earlier that time there is the 9 union territories, one that 2 union territories which they make the world, the Daman and Diu and another one is there. That now we are having the 28 states and the 8 union territories. So you have to keep this thing in mind that we have 28 states and 8 union territories. You have to change this thing because we have to go with the current flow, we have to go with the current affairs, that what we have changed to place. So we have to go with the current flow. Now, India shares boundaries with the Pakistan, Afghanistan in the northwest. Yes, so you have the idea, you can see this. In the northwest we have the Pakistan, in the Afghanistan if we talk about this one, we have the Nepal and the China. If we talk about the northeastern part, we have the Myanmar. If we talk about the south, we have the Sri Lanka. If we talk about this side, we have the Bangladesh. So Nepal and Bhutan in the north, Myanmar Bangladesh in the east. And the southern neighbor across the sea consists of the two island countries that the namely are Sri Lanka and the Maldives. Sri Lanka is separated from the India by the narrow channel. The name she for the Park Strait. They have to keep this in mind. The Sri Lanka is separated from the India by the narrow channel. This is you can see the narrow channel. This is how small it is. Its name is the Park Strait, the Gulf of Mannar, and the Maldives Island is situated to the south of the Lakshadweep Island. So you can see this how the Lakshadweep Peninsula and how the small the Maldives are. Then, if we go further, that India has a strong geographical and historical link between the neighbors. Yes, we have geographical and historical link with the neighbors. Look at the physical map of the Asia, your atlas and policy, and you can see that how India is sharing their boundaries with the other peoples. Like we are sharing boundary with the Pakistan, we are sharing the boundary with the Afghanistan, we are sharing the boundary with Nepal, we are sharing the boundary with the China, we are sharing the boundary with the Myanmar, we are sharing the boundary with the Bangladesh, we are sharing the boundary with the Sri Lanka. Now we come to the interesting fact. Before 1947, there were the two types of state in India. That is the provinces and the princely state. You have the idea. The princely state which is ruled by the king, and the provinces which is ruled by the colonial people or the East Indian people or the Britishers. So we are having the two types of the state. Like earlier we are not united, but after the independence. When we got independent 15th August 1947, then after that we become the United States. It is written over the province were ruled directly by the British officials who were appointed by the viceroy, and the president were ruled by the local and the hereditary rulers who acknowledged the soon return to the local autonomy. So you have to keep this thing in mind that the provinces are that state where it was ruled by the Britishers and it was appointed by the viceroy, means it is appointed by the queen. And if we talk about the princely state, it is ruled by the local people or local hereditary ruler, which they have their own autonomy. Autonomy means they have their own power where they used to regulate the rules and regulations at that particular place. Now, another one is there is an interesting fact about this that school one is the portal providing maths-based learning, the bring awareness among the students about the country, natural resources, environment, and then in the sustainable development. It is the initiative of Google NRSC, ISRO-based. Uh, if you want to go towards the school, where you can learn about the different types of natural resources. Like here, if you recall in chapter 1 of class 7, where you read about the environment, that without disturbing anything, there is the word, there is one defined, or you can recall the standard 8 as well, the sustainable development. Like we have to use the particular or the natural resources or all the minerals for the present purpose, and we have to protect it for the future generation as well. We can't use the particular thing for the longer time. If we are using like recklessly or without thinking of it, the one day it will going to come, it's going to be exhausted, it's going to be empty from this planet. Like, just like we talk about the petrol, like if we are using on the daily basis, the one day it will come that we don't find even the single drop of the, you can say the petrol for the purpose. If you are using recklessly of water, or if you are using the water without thinking of it, like the water is available on this planet or not, so one day it's going to be found that the water is going to be exhausted from this planet. The exhausted means the empty from this planet. So we have to preserve the certain resources for our future needs. So these are all the things which we have discussed in this chapter, that what the Indian location is, what is this latitude, what is this longitude. Then we discuss about what the degree they have in the north, what the degree they have in the east, and we will discuss about the size. It's 3.28 million square kilometer, and India is the second largest country in the world. When we discuss about India and the world, the India's relation with the other foreign countries is very much good. We are sharing the numerous of the things with the world. Like if we talk about from the Harappan civilization, we are sharing the different. If we talk about the textual books, just like the Ramayana, Upanishad, and we talk about the Panchtantra, and we talk about the decimals, we talk about the zero number, the numerous of the things which we are sharing with the different of the countries. Then we talk about the number of the travelers and the number of the religious purpose who used to came in India. Just if we talk about the Buddhism, we talk about the Ashokan pillars, when they used to come over here, they used to learn how the rich this country is in the different ways, like in terms of, if we talk about the religion, if we talk about the agriculture, if we talk about the books, if we talk about the culture, if we talk about the you can say the flora and fauna of this country, if we talk about the economic scenarios, and if we talk about the social scenario, all these things that people used to share their ideas for their country, and we used to share our ideas of our own country. Then we used to discuss about the neighboring countries and what the relation we have with our neighbor countries. We have a very good relation with our neighbor countries, and India is the only country which have, after which we given the name of the ocean, that is the Indian इंडियन ओशन, और इंडियन ओशन एक हमारा ऐसा ओशन है जहाँ पे इंडिया का पूरा होते हैं. So these are all the interesting things which we have discussed in this chapter. I hope you understand this chapter. I hope you like this video. Thank you.